Jesus Prabhupada, 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 Jesus Prabhupada. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Welcome. We got so many people here already. All right. Hey, Lalita, welcome. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Advaita Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya. There she is. All right. Shamagori. She's our secret agent. We send her out to the Vites. We send her out to the Vites to as a secret agent. They don't know. They think she's, but she's not. We infiltrate. Sri Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Advaita Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Advaita Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. What happened here? Okay, my camera. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Richard, welcome. Long time no see. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Just in case, I may have to leave abruptly today because I'm working on some things. I have a special day today on the Bitcoin thing. So if you wonder why I just disappeared, it's Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ooh. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. Hare Rama, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Me, my Pandit of Nadia, is my Lord and Master. Me, my Pandit of Nadia, is my Lord and Master. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama. Ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. Okay, Lalita, read us something from whatever you want. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Bhagavat.
Okay, okay. You tell me what, Guru Maharaj, because I
All
don't
right,
know which.
page 353. You continue on. First, top
Okay,
of the page.
just a minute. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra. Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. You told me earlier that about a kanka that I worship. That she has emanated from your lotus feet. Yet to my simple heart, I could not recognize you. to, to, due to my simple heart. I could not recognize you. I had no realization of your supreme position. You are the same supreme personality who previously blessed Gokula with, with your appearance. And now you have again incarnated as a sweet as a sweet lord of Navadvip. You are the embodiment of the highest. Of the I'm sorry, guys. You are the embodiment of the highest esoteric process. That same devotional science you have propagated all over Navasvipa by his devotional service. Bismarck defeated you in battle, making you break your promise. In the same way, not in the same way, Mother Yashoda bound you by her desire and love for you. Baba Devi could purchase you as Lord Krishna for her husband, captivated by the love of your devotees. You carried the young coward boys. You carried the young coward boys upon your shoulders. Fridava, Fridava. All living beings of the entire creation they carry, and they share the thought of you in their hearts. And yet you carried Sridhava on your shoulders. It's a great secret and mystery how you are defeated by your devotees. Limitless millions of universes are manifested simply from your thoughts. Limitless millions of universes are manifested simply from your thoughts. Still, you personally carry the Gopa, Sridhama, upon, upon your shoulders. Though inconquerable by even the most powerful of personalities, you are conquered. By pure devotional service. This is the greatest secret. A secret the unfortunate fallen people of this world do not understand. The unmotivated, the unmotivated devotional service of your loving servitors always defeats you. And then, having conquered you, Such devotional service enters within you and secretly hides as the greatest of treasures. As the greatest of treasures. Oh, boys. Material illusion cannot touch those engaged in your loving, loving devotional service. Your devotees, by their service, they easily crush material illusion into dust, which becomes blown away by the wind, and they dance. In ecstatic kirtan. See, all the true worlds they beg for your for your loving devotional service. Hearing their sincere cries for your devotional service, the devotees conquer your unlimitedly merciful heart. Two and four times over.
You know, sometimes if you want to say something too, explain some of the thing. If you get some realizations too, so feel free. Just thought I'd let you know.
You recognize Krishna finally with all his opulences. Lord Caitanya, he finally recognized the Krishna, the Krishna of Vrindavan, who plays with his covered voice, picnics with his friends, who has been banned by his mother. He regrets. He says, "Oh my God, how is it possible? My eyes are so dirty. I haven't seen you. It's due to my impure heart that I couldn't see you." But it's true now. I see that it's you. You are my Lord. You are the creator of all universes. Everything that lives comes out of your thought. But can you imagine that fantastic Lord, that God, that Creator? Can you imagine? We can conquer Him by giving us His heart. We can control Him. If we call Him, He comes. That's His weakness. That's something He can't resist. Unconquerable. I'm so surprised that I understand this picture. Unconquerable. But even the most powerful of personalities are conquered by pure devotional service. And this is the greatest secret. A secret. The unfortunate, the fallen people in this world, they don't understand this. The unmotivated, devotional service of your loving servitors always defeats you. And then, having conquered you, having conquered you, such devotional service, it enters you. It enters you. It enters within you and secretly hides as the greatest of treasure. You know, when he enters me, he's my greatest treasure. When my service enters him, it's his greatest treasure. Material illusion cannot touch those engaged in your loving devotional service. It's not possible that there is anything better than this. Material illusion cannot touch those who are engaged in your loving devotional service. Look at me. I'm crazed from happiness. Nothing and nobody ever gave this to me. It's because of my service to that Lord. It's because of that secret that nobody knows except us here in the Sangha. Your devotees, by their service, they easily crush material illusion into dust, which becomes blown away by the wind, and they dance in ecstatic kirtan. It's so easy to let go on the rest. I was talking to a devotee. He said, "You live in poverty." Oh, this. Oh, I'm becoming sad thinking about how you live as a man. I have no idea of my wealth. You have no idea of the world I have. It can be blown away, everything. Let it fly, let it fly. See, all the three worlds they beg for your loving devotional service. Hearing their sincere cries for your devotional service, the devotees conquer your unlimitedly merciful heart. You see, his heart is unlimitedly merciful, but still, devotees can conquer him because he is so attached on that communion 2 and 4 times over. Sorry, you become you become their captive. As you hear their entreaties for pure devotion unto your and to your lotus feet. He can't resist us, man. If you do what Srila Gaurahari does, is if you worship like he, if you chant like he does, read like he does, give your life to the Lord like he does, if you follow in his footsteps, like he follows in Lord Chaitanya's footsteps, the Lord cannot resist. He cannot resist. He's captive. Upon hearing Sri Saraswati Devi, the goddess of speech, speak these nectarine words through the mouth of Sridhara, all the Vaishnavas became filled with wonder. And then Lord Chaitanya said, Sridhara, ask for a boon. Ask for a boon today. I shall give you the 8 mystic powers. They are now tightly in your grip. Sridhara answered, Lord, what will I trade from you? Please do not insist. And be peaceful at heart. There is nothing, there is nothing I require. There is nothing I require. The Lord replied, Look, do you see I am unhappy? However, surely I wish to give you a boon. Speak out, whatever is in your heart. Ask, repeatedly Lord Chaitanya entreated his pure devotees. Eventually, to please the Lord, Sridhara spoke, The Lord, just give me this boon. May the enchanting Brahmana boy who argued and gave coins for my banana leaves be my Lord and Master, birth after birth. May the young restless Brahmana who quarreled fiercely with me about the price of my supplies be my master. May he give me his lotus feet as my only treasure. Repeatedly offering words of glorification, Sridhara became absorbed in transcendental love. Ecstatically raising his arms, his eyes flooded with tears, and he loudly wept. As Sridhara's depth of devotion manifested, the assembled Vaishnavas were similarly overcome with spiritual emotion and wept tears of transcendental ecstasy, feeling great love for his eternal servitor. Lord Chaitanya smiled and he said, Listen, O Sridhara, I shall make you the ruler of a great kingdom. I shall make you a king amongst men. Sridhara responded, I have not the slightest interest. I only wish.
Isn't that amazing how attractive bhakti is? You know, no kingdom, no nothing is. That's why the Lord waits really to be, to get real opulence, so you don't get corrupted. Because when like, Lord, you're it, man. You're the opulence. Loving you and your closeness with you is it, man. That's the ultimate be all and end all treasure.
You can't seduce me, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so so he shows it like Sridhar. We'll give you all of this. You can do this, it could be this. This is what actually, this is what they don't know in religion. They don't know this in they were too young in Prabhupada's devotees, disciples. They were just too young to understand such things, too immature, and they just jumped right into this guru thing and got corrupted. You just can't help it. It's just like these politicians. When you get material opulence and your heart isn't purified by real bhakti, then you get corrupted. What are you going to do? Just you get bewildered and corrupted. You know, and that's why it's important. That's why I see the importance of like really staying in this association, because even in the ecstatic stage, devotees, I see they make some things. They get a little bad association, and they start to think differently. And I think, oh wow, you got to be careful. This is um, this, like Sridhar said, you're the topmost esoteric truth. Yeah, and that's really true. And so, no, with other people, they have different levels of understanding. Like one devotee was talking about Shiva. His guru says Shiva is topmost, and I thought, oh, watch out, man. See, because the topmost conclusive understanding is Krishna. Radha and Krishna is the topmost worshipable deity, even for Lord Shiva. Matter of fact, there's a pastime in Chaitanya Bhagavat. I'll read that sometime, where they're talking about that. See, Advaita is considered like Lord Shiva in another form, a combined form of Vishnu and Shiva. So he spoke in terms of Lord Shiva and Lord. Um, um, Lord Chaitanya said, "Those who don't honor you and worship me directly, I don't favor them. I don't favor them because it's offensive." So he's talking about basically Lord Shiva or a guru. You're not favored when you come out of the basically the mentality of God. We're learning His mindset, and when you're out of harmony with that, that's where you start to fall into illusions. And then Advaita said yes, and if people just honor me and don't honor you, don't worship you, then I don't favor them. I actually destroy them. So that's the Mayavadis. They just totally worship Shiva as God, but basically there's a destruction there, which is actually good for his disciples, because that helps you move to the next platform. It's like the Vaidis. Like the Vaidis, unless they lose faith and their faith is somewhat destroyed in that path, as being like they're going to attain Krishna just by doing that. If inside they want more than just like the Vishnu worship and rules, regulations, and after many lifetimes maybe you'll attain Vaikuntha, which is also very difficult. If they lose faith that that's how they're going to get some, like inside, if deep inside they're drawn to Krishna consciousness to get Vrindavan Krishna, then the Lord will destroy their faith in that. He'll show you like the real idea of some of these gurus, and then put you on this path, with a real devotee who's manifesting. Oh, my sound is working, right? But my camera, yeah, yeah, camera is. Let me look. Yeah, um, let's see if it works here. Can you still hear me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, and so that's what is very interesting. Like this, like a devotee. I won't mention any names, but the teaching is really good. He asked his guru, "Well, do you have any ecstasies?" Well, that's something have privately. We don't. So another guru did the no-show thing, you know, and But he's preaching that like Lord Shiva's topmost realization. See, and but yeah, but I have the I just we don't. This is a private thing, private affair. See, but now is the time. You should say, well, Gurudev, like. Can there's a guy over there, he's got a whole sangha there, they're showing this ecstasy, and it is described in the books. So can you please, I mean, how can I have real faith in you if there's somebody out there showing ecstatic devotion and preaching conclusions that sound really good, and I'm becoming ecstatic, and can't you show that you're there? How can I have faith in you that you're saying you that, but can I really believe that? Should I, I mean, it's not even logical. It's like, now's the time. You got to put your hand on the table now. We're calling is it a bluff or, and just by the fact he has a conclusion that Lord Shiva is topmost God is already a sign that the person isn't conclusive. Okay? So that's why these conclusions coming from Lord Caitanya and his devotees are a treasure. This is very rare to get these. And if anybody is spouting any other conclusions and they're not devotees of Lord Chaitanya, just give. I mean, you can just give. You can. I don't know. You could give them up. I mean, if you, they really can't add anything to you. This revelation and realization is topmost. If you're not a real authentic devotee of Lord Chaitanya, you don't have the topmost esoteric process. He only gives that to his real associates to distribute. Hey, we are all, we got all ducks in a row, man. Everything's in alignment here. There is no excuse not to go back to Godhead if you come here. I mean, if you come here and just stay here and you learn and learn these kinds of things and what is really, the value of what's being preached here and shared here, there's no way that you cannot go back to God. They're so powerful, and that's why you see people get such results here that are not anywhere. The conclusiveness of the what's in the Chaitanya Charitamrita teachings is not in ISKCON. Even though they have the books and all that, they're not conclusive. They're not conclusive indeed, even if they talk about things. But just by the fact, if they're not a resident of Vrindavan, because that's the conclusion of Chaitanya Charitamrita. And you notice Prabhupada preached that. Unless you're a resident of Vrindavan, you're not a bona fide spiritual master in this line, the true line, the real line. Otherwise, how can you say you represent? You can't know. You don't have personal experience of that Vrindavan consciousness. Nor can you communicate. I mean, look, nobody's communicating. Not even the Narayan Maharaj communicated it. Not the Radhakund Babajis. I saw the topmost guy there. I was not impressed. It looked to me like pride. But Manorama is totally impressed. Would go to all those classes and all of that stuff there. Oh, he's so great. I go and see, and I'm looking, and I'm thinking the guy is, he's just maybe a good Brahmin, austere and all that, but proud, definitely sitting on a nice canopy being, oh boy, the chamra is being, I'm thinking, man, look at this guy. He looked like Pundarik Vijayanidhi without the ecstasy. Because that was Pundarik Vijayanidhi. He was sitting on a thing and being fanned, looking very opulent. The guy was dressed really, nice, and all these people, and okay. And Gadadhar said, "What is this? You look like a materialistic Vaishnava." But then he changed his mind because he saw the ecstatic devotion. But with that guy, I didn't see anything. They just fan me, and I'll just speak nice, like flowery words. And well, I couldn't understand Bengali, and nor could Manorama. She's just accepting, blindly believing. Oh well, he's sitting up there and being fanned. See, people have they honor the fans. Ooh, opulence. Oh, he must be important if he's being fanned, right? See, and so that was with Gadadhar, and he didn't see the ecstasy; it wasn't in the thing. But when he went into the ecstasy, and oh, okay, fanned or no fan doesn't matter. He has ecstatic devotion. See, that's what that guy that you're preaching to is coming to. He's realizing stuff like, well, he doesn't fit in, but he's got ecstasy. He's got this, and he's very conclusive and dedicated. And see, that's what you have to look for the symptoms. Fanned or no fan, do you have the ecstatic love? And then you'll have the conclusions, and everything will there. The devotees are not, they can be in any ashram. They could be a sudra. They can be outcasts. They can be anything. But if they have the mercy of the Lord and have symptoms of that, that's where you got to be. That pleases the Lord so much. See, Nityananda was acting like a total, like he didn't follow nothing, man. And Srivas, who's a Brahmin, he had him in his house and wouldn't let him go. And Lord Chaitanya tested him and wanted to show you the Lord's actual mood when you recognize his real devotees. And he said, you got to kick this Nityananda out, man. You're a Brahmin, man. The guy doesn't follow anything. He goes against things. He goes against the Vedas. Against them. And so you should get rid of him because the whole village is. I mean, this is a tough thing when the whole village can. When you get extricated from a village, it's like death. It's like people won't. They shun you. And Srivas was so ecstatic and happy to have Nityananda because he knew what was real. He says, I don't care if he's a drunk, man. He's your intimate associate. And if he's good, if you're good being in his body and being so intimate with him, I'm good with it too. I ain't going to abandon that guy. He can stay here as long as he wants. And you got to look at the Lord's attitude. What? You have faith in Nityananda? Most people, especially the Vaidis, they see that kind of behavior and they want to go running the other way. But you have faith. You know the essence. You know what is important to me. Who can understand such things? That's why you got to hear from the devotees these things, who know the Lord's real mentality. See, and you learn that. See, now you start to get deep ecstatic love. The Lord's very pleased when you hear from his devotees and you start to see the logic in it and begin to understand the Lord from somebody who really understands the Lord intimately. The Lord's very impressed, so impressed. Oh, come to Vrindavan, man. You believe in my real devotees, even though they seem odd and different, unique, different opinion than thousands of these gurus in ISKCON, and you are accepting that. Oh, you just come right in. And you don't have to go anywhere. You feel it. I mean, look at the devotees here. This is all because you have faith in this crazy guy speaking to you. That's it. And not blindly, too. I mean, you went through purification. You got to go through the baptism by fire. Right, Tom? There's a little baptism there. You got to struggle with yourself, struggle with your mother coming to the door. You struggle. See, but that's how powerful it is here. See? Yeah, look at Lolita's, hook. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that later. But it's kind of nice. It's fishing stuff here. It's like you can tell when you hook somebody, they start. It's like you're reeling them in. They're back and the forth, back and forth. And it's a whopper. She's got a whopper on the line. Just,
A big fish, I think.
big fish, man. And then. But once they're on land, man, then they become solid. Yes, Amy says baptism by fire definitely necessary. Yeah, I mean, God, you don't want to the fires. It just shorten the trip, man. Yeah, burn it up, man. Why let it linger? Get a nice bonfire going. That's what the Lord does. And that's what He does. That's why Jesus said, "My Father is the gardener." See, I'm the true vine. You hook up with the vine, the Lord is pleased, and you're listening there, and then He awakens in you. It's kind of like the transcendental version of that movie. You know, there's a horror movie. It's the transcendental version. You know, this thing goes on a guy's face and sticks its thing inside there, and then something is born. You know, some monster is born. But this here, it's the devotee is divine, and you hear the word, and the word goes in you, and then Krishna is born. This is a beautiful thing. It's the opposite. What was that movie? I forgot that name. It's a real weird horror movie. They made a whole bunch of them, you know, like that. See, Amy probably knows. She's a movie buff. So really, did we go through a purification? I don't know. Did you? Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Do you want to read Govinda a little bit?
Yeah, I
Or
read a
actually,
little bit. Yeah,
or actually, wait a second. Wait a second. It's getting a little bit. What time is it over there, you guys? What time is it?
it's 20 to 8.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Here
late.
20
What?
to 9.
What?
20
Yeah.
to
Why don't
9.
we end it now? It's also yeah. We'll end now. Thank you very much for coming midday here.
That pastime was beautiful. The later reading, I got so into it that I felt really that when the Lord was asking Shiva for a boon, I was thinking, what would I ask? Not
Yeah.
interesting. And the way Lilith laughing, it slows it down so nicely.
Yeah.
Really beautiful because it's slow. You get the laughter. Oh, so deep into that pastime. It's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
and that's this. That's this. The Lord gets us by the sweet, intimate exchanges between him and his devotees. This is there's nothing like this revelation. It's different than I personal experience. I felt the Lord everywhere. In everything, and I'm part of that. And the angels and the saints, we're all part of that, realizing that, and it's such joy. Like that. But this is like it's like even more attractive and it's complete understanding in this form of the Lord is personally interacting with us. And
You
see,
can
we
more
have,
grab it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah,
grab
yeah.
it. It's closer to you.
Closer, yeah, it's closer than that
Strong.
realization. Yeah. I mean, unless you, I mean, I feel really like privileged to have such experiences.
And one of
You
the
know?
things you shared with me in Ranga in Mayapur that I still do today is I repeat the verses because it makes them more powerful. I
Yeah.
find when I later sharing them, I repeat them, and it's like chanting the Maha Mantra.
Yeah. Reading. This is the method. Is the devotees just hearing from the devotees, relishing the transcendental ras, and that's it, man. That's the highest esoteric practice. I mean, that's what Swar Damodar and Ramananda Roy. You meet somebody. I mean, I think it's Govinda. Mute your mic. Um, Swab Damodar and Ramananda Roy, they would just hear Lord Caitanya relish these verses in ecstasy. So everybody has a chance to do that. That was only done by those two. When you hear like Lalita or Johan, when they're in deep ecstasy, you hear them tasting this nectar, and you're there listening attentively. You get another opportunity to do what has not been done in hundreds of years. Because, like even Prabhupada, he didn't do this openly with anybody that I know of. Maybe with a few people here and there in his private room or something. And same thing with Bhakti Siddhanta. I heard Bhakti Siddhanta would sometimes take one intimate associate of his disciple in his room and lock it. And see, so this is totally unheard of. This is so unique and so a symptom of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, where he was magnanimous, just kind of just more publicly, just that's why You got to look for that kind of symptom. Lord Chaitanya was the most merciful avatar because nobody did this before or even during and after, really. Um, and the most powerful. And so we have these signs here and symptoms here of that kind of mercy and power to distribute. So I mean, look, nobody's taken us down. They even some my disciples when they have a little problem, I ain't going down. You know, I'll just hold the space. You know, somebody hold the space. You know? And that everybody gets through it because you all have faith in Guru. It's just purification. You know, we just somebody holds the space, and then later, then you guys hold the space for other devotees, and then more and more will come. You'll see more and more will come here because we're holding the space. Remember the sannyasi roots? These were sannyas. They were rooted in Lord Chaitanya in the trunk. And then people started. They saw, well, we can come here and it's solid. See? This is what people need. That's like that guy you're preaching to. He's seeing that solidness. He said, well, I may have all my ideas, but he's not moving, and Levita's not moving. And they're just ecstatic all the time. And then he's thinking, well, I'm also getting ecstatic. The mind is, where's the mind going to go? Got nowhere to go. Oh, yes,
He
now I do. I
even
thought, I'm sorry, go ahead.
he only watches the reruns of you,
Yeah, yeah.
Johan, and me. He's even not in a live class. He only watches
The
reruns.
reruns. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, he's ecstatic. He became ecstatic, like Shiva Prada, who's here in class now. Also from looking reruns. Now he's here in class, but it's rare that he has time.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Good. Yeah, that's why the reruns are great. This is
Yeah.
perfect. I have to be careful on Facebook because I put one of these things on about probably the vax or something, and immediately, oh my God, they came. Oh, that's false. What do you call it? Medical misinformation? Like really, like chastise, like I'm a little child, and like you have to just put what we want you to have. Otherwise, it's all any other opinions, medical misinformation. It's just like it's so silly, but that's what they're doing now. So I'm not going to do it. You guys just come on, man. Don't be taken out by the demons now. They're lying and cheating big time. Don't believe in anything that's coming from the government, doctors, anybody in authority now. So many are corrupted or in fear or been paid off. So and you can do your own research. You can go to Rumble. There's other things that you can't find on Facebook. Go to Rumble, Odyssey. These are video that they share on those platforms because you can't trust this what they're doing now. They're really, really tyrannical. We're living in definitely the end of this age of this particular thing where God is going to do something big. Has to. Yeah, yeah, the medical mafia. That's what it is. It just I kind of I thought, wow, that's really interesting. Just one thing, and the who, it's like, we don't want that. This like authoritarian type things and all that. Really weird. So anyway, I'll just keep it clean here, and I'll tell you a few things when I'm talking. Like during the class if I need to inform, and also it doesn't hurt to do a little research too into this stuff. You need to see, we also have to make decisions in this world to live. We're tied into society to a large degree. So you have to get enough information about decisions you need to make about finances, about medical stuff, all this. And so you need to look a little bit outside also, get alternative opinions now, so you can survive physically also. See, that's the whole thing with one of our members or a couple of them here. They didn't have sufficient information and they made decisions that were not really good for them. But anyway, Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. See you later.